Hey guys, Matt here with BleepinJeep, everything off-road, none of the boring stuff. And this video is brought to you by WD-40 because I'm going to be in the WD-40 booth at Sema this year on Wednesday during Sema at 12 noon. The booth is located right outside of the South Hall. So not only me, but also your favorite automotive influencers are going to be there. I'm going to leave some links below so you can check out more information on this. Also, Kyle LeDuc will be there in the booth on Friday on November 2nd from 9 to 11 a.m. He'll be there showing off his Ford Raptor, which is super awesome. Not much left of the Ford Raptor, but it's cool nonetheless. For those of you not attending, you can still check it out on WD-40.com/LeDuc99. Also, they're giving away free hats, but what's super cool is even if you can't attend Sema, you can still pick up a free hat at WD-40.com/Sema. You have to sign up before November 2nd. Again, looking forward to seeing you there. For those of you who can make it, again on Wednesday at 12 noon, stop by and see me. All right, let's get to it. What is that? What is that? I moved over to the dark side. I know a lot of you are going to be like, "Ooh, what did you do?" This started off as a Cherokee channel. Actually, it didn't. I just happened to have a Cherokee. But yeah, 2018 Jeep Jael. I've moved over to the dark side. Actually, technically not. It's the wife's vehicle, but I'm going to build it on the channel, and it's not going to be one of those constant things. I want to just kind of do this one slowly instead of the way that I built the Comanche, which was every day trying to nail it for a deadline. This is going to be a little more laid back, just building it here and there whenever I have time. It is my wife's daily driver, so she's still going to need to drive it back and forth to work. Believe it or not, I've had this since April, I believe. I really did mean to show you guys it then, but things just kept on piling up. I'm really spending more time in the office these days than out in the shop doing what I love to do, which is working on Jeeps. So I'm trying to get all that situated, find some help where I can. That way I can get out and make more videos. So yeah, it's her daily driver. I had it since April. She's already put 10,000 miles on it. So the next video is going to be how to change your oil in a Jeep Jael. It's a little bit different, still super simple, but hopefully I can get a little bit into the Jael market with this and some of the JK lovers as well. Maybe show you guys the things that are different about the Jael than the JK. Some of the things that I hate about the Jael, which there's quite a few that I've found already. And then also we'll build it up to be something. I'm not sure what yet. I've already come up with a name for it. It's going to be Project Sponsor My Bee. I don't know why I came up with that. But I think just because I want to build it slowly, and hopefully sponsors will step up with their new offerings for the Jael since they want to get those products out to market and show them off. Hopefully, if you're watching, you'll want to step up and put something on this that we can use to show this thing off. So my wife drives about 60 miles to work and back. It's a long freaking way. I want to build it so that it's still capable off-road, looks really cool, but still functions on the highway really well. So maybe a maximum of 35-inch tires, something like that. And we'll build this up slowly over time. So let's go back and look at all of the vehicles that got this channel to where it was. First, we started off with my original crawler. This was the green one, if you remember, that had the snorkel on it at first. Slowly it turned into a Raisin. This was my vehicle since I was 16, my very first vehicle, and I had that thing for what, 14 or 15 years, something like that, and I drove it. These guys are speeding over here. And I drove it as a daily driver for at least 12 of those years. No air condition, nothing like that. At that time, my wife had a Toyota 4Runner, and when I moved here, I got a blue Dodge truck, 1990 piece of junk. It was just a beater that I paid $1,300 for as a tow rig to get my Jeep back and forth to where it needed to go wheeling, because at that time it was not doing so hot on the road. So then after that, my wife ended up totaling that Toyota 4Runner, and we got a Jeep Commander for her to drive daily. And then we also got the second build that I did on the channel, which was the Zombie Jeep, if you remember that. That was a 1990 Jeep Cherokee built specifically for the zombie apocalypse. It had a lot of things like inverters and cages and tube work and stuff to keep the zombies away from you on the interior. It had gun racks and tool drawers and Viair air system. Pretty much everything you need to survive the zombie apocalypse. So after the Zombie Jeep was finished, the next build that we did on the channel, if you remember, was the Hope Floats project. And the Hope Floats was a 1998, I believe, Jeep Cherokee that was built with a military theme, more of a Navy theme, although it was green. In hindsight, it should have been gray, but that's the one that had the pinup girl on the side. I built that fairly quickly as well to get to Moab for the Easter Jeep Safari. I ended up selling that Hope Floats project to a guy in California, shipped it out there to him, and he still uses it to this day, to my knowledge, pulls it behind his camper and goes off-roading in the desert out there in places in California. So after the Hope Floats project, I don't really remember what was next. I had a few project vehicles here and there. I had a Toyota pickup, and before that I had an old four-door Dodge pickup. Those weren't really for the channel. Those were just kind of things that I came across or traded for. I think the next project was the Scorpion Crawler. And the Scorpion Crawler was built to be my own personal rig that I take off-road. I wanted to replace my original crawler, which was getting pretty old, pretty beat up. People started calling it the Raisin because every time I would dent it, it was green. I would dent it, I would spray paint that dented area black, and pretty soon the entire Jeep was black. And so it was called the Raisin. So the Scorpion project was built as my new crawler. So I tried to take off a lot of the parts and pieces of my original crawler, and I was going to use those on the Scorpion crawler, but things kind of got out of control, and I ended up putting all new parts basically on the Scorpion, making it really nice, 4-link front and rear, big tires, mainly cage work. And the only pieces that I kept of the original crawler was, I think, the steering wheel and maybe one other little, the visors, the sun visors that fold down in front of the windshield. So that is still my crawler today. Love that thing. Scorpion Crawler is a bad machine. About a year after that, though, I bought the Comanche, and if you remember, it was sitting actually right here for the longest time, just as a stock, bone stock Comanche. And then very last minute, last year, back in January and February, I bought a CJ7 with the intent of taking all of those parts. It had a LS motor, 1 tons, awesome running gear, everything I needed basically. I bought that CJ7, stole all those parts off of it, ended up selling the tub off of the CJ7, and I used all of that running gear to put into the Comanche. Built that in 2 months for the Easter Jeep Safari. Again, it seems like every Easter Jeep Safari I end up trying to do a last minute rushed build. But anyway, I got that Comanche running, Took it out to the Easter Jeep Safari, had a blast. I think I took it out 1 or 2 times since then, taking it to shows along with the Scorpion Crawler as well. But the Comanche Heap still has a few issues and things that I need to iron out, and I just haven't had the time to get to that. It's just a few minor things, but I just need to find some more time to dial that in. It's really difficult having 2 off-road vehicles because it's just twice the amount of effort, time, money. Everything is just doubled basically. So pretty much right as I got done building the Comanche Heap, my wife's Commander started having issues, and I was having to pick her up on the side of the highway, you know, once a month or something, and that just wasn't good, and she really deserved something better. So we went out and got her a brand new 2018 Jeep Wrangler Jael 4-door with the hopes that I could also use that to build her a really nice, cool vehicle to take to work and be proud of, and also make some videos for you guys on the channel who are maybe looking into Jeep JLs, or you just want to watch what kind of cool stuff we do. So that is the story on the Jeep JL. It's 2 purposes: wife's daily driver and to build on the channel. So we're basically killing 2 birds with 1 stone. And she looks darn good driving it. Anyway, she really deserved this thing. She had that Commander, which was a great vehicle for a while, but after a while it just kept breaking down on her. So she really likes this thing. And let me know what you guys would like to see us do with it. Keep in mind though, daily driver, so not too crazy, but yeah, like I said, I want to do a walk around of the things that I hate about it, some of the new features, but other than that, what do you guys want to see? What kind of product should we be putting on here? It is brand new, so there's still not a lot of aftermarket stuff for the JL, so that's why I can't build it in a hurry. There's just not too much stuff to put on it unless it's heavily modified, which I don't technically want to do because, like I said, daily driver. Alright, hit the thumbs up, subscribe. That way you can see more videos on the Jeep JL as they come out. And of course, I'm going to be doing other how-tos along the way. We'll see you next time.